Hello, friends. Hello, friends. How's everybody doing? I am here again, once again, with my friend Mike Delaney. Horatio is probably going to join us a little bit later. And let's see if I can get Mike in here. He had an interview to do for a show that he's doing later on this week, which I could have plugged him with a little bit, but I don't have that much information.
Not me,
about
Horatio.
The show, so.
Horatio is doing the interview.
Yeah, he's doing an interview right now for a show he's doing, which I was going to say I would plug, but I can't. I'm looking at myself on Instagram right now, and our it's split us right down the middle. So it's got like half of me and half of you.
Come on.
Yeah. There's a way that I can do this on Instagram where I can do it where it's vertical, and I didn't do that today, so I should have done that.
You know, we learn. You're only coming up on 2 years of doing this, Jerry. We learn. We all learn.
Yeah. Well, I thought I learned that putting as the least amount of effort as I can into this is the way you should go.
Well, that's one aspect of Zen. But the other aspect is putting as much effort as you can. You put in zero effort and as much effort at the same time. You just got to go. It's like using all your effort, but only going with the flow, you know.
So what's up? What's going on? What's the word this week? What's new?
You know, sometimes the small things go a long way in this age of darkness, in this post-rational age that we're in. Del Close had a show. I think it was a group called the Post-Rational Players, and I've always been in love with that name because we're in a kind of a post-rational era in history. I'm sure there's been pockets of this thing before in different societies, but it's kind of global now. You know, it's all interconnected.
I hate to use the word post because that makes it seem like it's never going to come back. There'll be no, like it's ended. There's no more rationality.
Right. Yes, you would be correct. You'd be correct, sir.
It's not gonna come back.
Not coming back.
Yeah.
Well, when the Toltec calendar ended in 2012, they knew what they were talking about. It was the end of the world as we know it, the beginning, the real beginning of the digital age. The telephone was just the start. Started. It only took how long? Maybe a century or so to go from the telegraph to the internet. Maybe
Yeah.
150 years, buck 50. But now that we get the internet, our descent, as Terence McKenna would call it, the descent into novelty. Like history is ruled by habit, habit, habit. All the habits of history, the war, the peace, the war, the peace. But right now, his time wave told us that we're going into a descent of novelty that we're just never going to return from. The
Novelty.
unusualness is so great that we've never seen anything like it, and we're not going back to the way it was.
Well, yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Novelty meaning new. The new thing is always
yeah,
going to be. Is going
the
to be
new
present.
thing.
The new thing is going to be
Mhm.
present much quicker than it used to be, and it'll continue to change quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, the amount of change that is happening right now has turned a corner into what they call a cascade effect. Like when objects fall 32 feet per second, they're falling 32 feet per second.
Hmm.
It's 32 feet more per second per second.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
And that gets
The
incalculably
exponential.
flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, it's only wind resistance keeping you from like really hauling ass, which
Hmm.
is why if there's no wind resistance, a dime can crack the sidewalk. But there
So you think
is,
about
so they don't.
the millions of years it took to evolve, the millions of years it took for man to evolve to then to talk, to have language, all those years, and now that stuff is just collapsed into
It's not that it's
time.
collapsed. It's just that the electronic appendage that we have the not pros not prostate, the prosthetic. Mankind is now rigged with a prosthetic. At least modern man, first world people who have smartphones, etc. And that ain't going away. So that's pushing evolution forward like 1 billion years in one cell phone. Because we couldn't do that stuff on our. It would take us so long to be able to do that kind of calculating on our own and figuring and accessing. Um, and you know, one voice could always move armies, but now it is global. It's not just your region. As Phil Oak said, 10,000 ears need only one command. Well, that's turned to 10 billion or near of it. We'll be at 10 billion. Come on, when we were kids, there was only 5 billion people
People on Earth,
on the
yeah.
planet.
I know it's hard to think of. It's like how many more people there are on the world than when we were kids.
Billions more. Now we can't
Yeah.
keep
Well,
doing
I've
that.
died too, though. But yeah,
I
billions of
know,
people have died too since then.
but
Yeah.
there are billions more
More.
than
Yeah.
there were
Hmm.
alive. And if we keep doing that, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I ain't going to be around
Well, the
for it.
thing with our population growth, the population growth is in certain places that fluctuates. That growth fluctuates, whether it's because we do die.
Sure. But the
Yeah.
trend is the billions are going up.
Hmm.
We're having
Some places,
less.
in some
Uh,
places, we're having less in some
Americans
places
are
too.
Americans are having less children. You're right. In some places more than less, but by and large, Americans are definitely having less children. Could be an idiocracy situation. I don't know if you
Well,
remember the
it's
first 5 minutes of Idiocracy.
right. The kind of people who are having children. Well, I mean, you look at places with the biggest populations now. The population is starting to slow. Like in China, they're starting to see a negative population growth. In a lot of places in the world, are starting to see a negative population growth. That used to
If
see
every
positive.
couple, if every couple only has one child, your population will go down.
Yeah, it
Period.
did go
That's how it
down. Yeah.
works. That's 2 for 1. We started with
Yeah.
two, now it's only one. The whole thing would pyramid down, which economists and politicians and shopkeepers hate. All
Well, and then they
economists want.
managed it for a long time too, and then now it's kind of like with trying to manage the population growth. And the the sex, the choice of having what sex you had started to be more valuable to people, and that made things weird with the amount of male children and female, the ratio that they had in China for a while, because if you can only have one, then the value of having a male child was way more valuable, and then they started having an imbalance of too many male childs, and then that starts to affect the population growth at
It's a
whole.
major problem. I think, Jerry, they call it the male child's problem.
Anyway, getting back to comedy, and I don't know that that's much going on with
Hang on,
the
you can't say getting back to comedy. We never got there to begin with. Went
no. So
straight to the
staying
doom.
staying away from
We got
comedy.
well, you can't. It's hard not to comment on the elephant in the room. We got the doom out of the way. Maybe Horatio will show up, and we'll get to the comedy again one day. What's
No,
going on with you? You usually know what's going on more than me and Horatio.
what's that?
We're just trying to manage our own affairs. You
Oh
usually
yeah,
got your
no,
finger on the pulse.
yeah. Well, in the last week, Colbert was the last show. What, last night?
I don't know.
That shows you
I
how
think I
much.
watched last night's show. Maybe it was the last one. Did he finish off with
It's the last.
Springsteen?
I think it's the last week. I don't know if that was the
I
last
don't know
one.
if that was the last show. I saw Springsteen doing a song, and then the song
Mm-hmm.
got cut off because the DVR doesn't record the whole
Didn't
show.
record the whole show.
Yeah,
And
and
I,
there's
like everybody else, probably I see clips. I see like stuff on the news feed or on YouTube, and that's how I usually watch stuff like that.
well, your friend of mine, Brian Stack, is on that staff, and
He's on the Colbert staff. I didn't know that.
yeah. He's been writing for Late Show. I think the whole while.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Um.
Maybe he came on. But yeah, no, yeah, he's been on board there for a while. You hear him all the time. You hear his voice on pretty much every show.
Uh huh.
Whenever you hear Churchill or Charlton Heston or FDR, it's always Stack.
uh
Lots of
Um.
Hestons, lots of different incarnations of Charlton Heston.
IP comedy. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that was one of those things of like it's not going to change. It's not going to go back. Um, you know, the return that late night TV was getting, was money, just changed. It just changed. It changed how much money they can get from late night TV. It's just like people
Mm.
don't watch as much. They watch it in clips. That was the value that you could see. Is like it did have value in that the show changed. People didn't sit around and watch every interview that comes on in something like in a show like that. They might watch one interview or two, but most of what they would watch would be in clips later on, right? Which is why the networks did
We
see a
used to
value
watch
in
the
keeping it on. But
monologues, and then you might stick around for the desk piece, and then the first guest, you'd start to go to sleep. That was
right.
Johnny Carson.
I think that now people are much more likely to watch clips that may take place much later on in the show, but they're going to watch clips later on the next day or whatever. So
That's how people watch SNL too. No one's
yeah,
staying up till 1 in the morning to watch that last sketch. They're getting it on their feed.
yep.
Gee, I thought the two Will. I saw a couple of Will sketches that were cut, and I thought they were better than the ones that made the show.
I didn't. I haven't seen the stuff to cut for a time.
I saw one
Yeah.
where he was a bouncer. That was like pretty fun.
Oh yeah, I saw that
And there's
video. I haven't
one
watched it. Is it
where
him
he
and
was actually.
he? Is it he and McCartney? Is it McCartney in that sketch? Oh no, it's the Mechanics.
McCartney
That's a different one.
he might have done a walk on.
That was the Mechanic sketch.
I don't pay. Yeah, he did that right. That's right. There was the mechanic one.
Yeah.
Gee, McCartney's voice was a little shut. The emotion is there. The emotion's there, but the voice
We were
is
talking
a little,
about that.
little shaky.
I haven't shown any of the David Lee Roth clips. It's one of those
He did
things of
fine
like,
in coming up.
yeah,
Did you say David Lee Roth?
Yeah, yeah, because we were talking about that last week about older performers performing, and there's like these David Lee Roth clips that have been circulating of him
And
performing.
how's he doing?
I mean, you should see. You should see, because I just started getting. I watched one and I just kept getting fed. I'm like, why am I getting all these weird David Lee Roth? I didn't know that people were making fun of him. He's just really old, and he's still got the David Lee Roth get up. But on some of them, he's got a cane. but he's still
That's
dressed.
adorbs.
But he's still dressed like David Lee Roth. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'm watching. I'm like, what's the problem? I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous,
They
but
gotta
I
have
would
him do
expect that.
jump, and they gotta swing him across the stage when he's doing jump, and he's got his walker. You remember him hanging on the rope on jump?
It
They didn't
didn't.
bother to run him across on a trampoline. It was just a rope. Just swing on this rope is all. Just
It did inspire me to go to my doctor and start to go to a physical therapist again, because like he's still wearing the David Lee Roth like tight leather pants, but
yeah,
he's just like no ass at all. Like he's completely like skinny leg,
of
like it's like
course.
goes down to his skinny legs, like old
Yeah.
man legs. I'm like, I can't have that.
Uh-huh.
I'm
That
I gotta.
leather is probably a truss. It's probably
But he's still doing all like the winking to the audience, and like all the whatever, like the
yeah. Come on, how's
weird like little
Diamond
come
Dave
up
gonna
to the
lose his chutzpah?
well, he did. he lost
He
it.
did lose his chutzpah.
I
Well, he
mean,
lost
yeah,
his record contracts.
it looks like it's like, why is that old lady? Oh, that's David Lee Roth. That's
Uh,
right. Yeah, Willie Nelson. Yeah, I mean, it's just hard to push that kind of vocalness out. But yeah, Mick Jagger, Bob Dylan, so still have voices. I know it's weird. Maybe it's the kind of the way they sing. See, but Bob Dylan was never a good singer anyway. Van Morrison is weird. I don't know. I mean, maybe he just doesn't sing that much, and so he's kept
Different
it.
people's voices age differently. Like some
Yeah,
people's faces don't age, and then some people get really old and you don't even recognize them.
yeah.
I think it might be a little bit of luck, maybe a little bit of surgery. Maybe some of those guys have work on their throats, so they can do stuff they couldn't do before. I really don't know that much about it, but I know that a lot of singers lose their voice for various reasons. Like Linda Ronstadt can't sing, and Julie Andrews can't sing. Just
It's
things happen
people younger, way younger than them, they can't sing their songs anymore.
where you really lose the capacity.
Yeah.
One time I had an earache. Something was going on with my ear, and all of a sudden, all music sounded completely different. I
Oh,
would
really?
listen to, yep, I listened to one of my
And
favorite
continue to
songs on the
sound that way.
radio. No, not when I got better,
Oh,
but it
okay.
stayed that way for a couple days, and I couldn't enjoy any music that I knew before because just sounded like clanking.
Yeah, smoking is a big one. That can change people's voices. Some people have smoked to
Definitely
change their voice to get their voice more raspy.
husky.
Like, yeah, like he actually died from it.
Lucy,
No, the
Lucille
guy
Ball had the
singer.
cigarette
There was a
voice.
singer who smoked to get his voice more raspy. Addicted to Love. Robert Palmer famously said he smoked
Really?
to get his voice more raspy. Yeah, and he died. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um. Yeah. It's weird. It's just some certain people's voices. Yeah, it's just have changed. Certain people, yeah, they kept strong voices. Smokey Robinson, I saw him when he was in his 80s. Sounded just like he did when he was, young. And that's a hard way to sing. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't say that was like that style of singing is easy to keep up your voice that way. But he still did it.
I recently saw Stern asking Roger Daltrey from The Who about Robert Plant and Zeppelin. The Who didn't like Zeppelin.
They
At
didn't
least
like him,
I
yeah.
know Townsend didn't. Townsend always says he didn't like Led Zeppelin. He said they're very lovely chaps, very nice people, likes them as individuals, didn't like the music. And then he confessed that it might have something to do with the fact that they achieved a kind of success that the Who wasn't able to, a level, probably in terms of sales and but the Who couldn't do concerts the way Zeppelin could because the Who used fucking recording tracks. And Zeppelin would improvise. The Who couldn't improvise. They were
Right, it was
locked in.
different kind of different. Yeah, I
Anyway,
don't think the
he
Who were
said that the
as
reason they didn't carry on with Zeppelin is because Robert Plant couldn't sing that stuff anymore. Nobody wants to go out there and try to sing shit that's beyond their range at this point. Plant. Milo doesn't know Zeppelin very well, my son, and he hears some of the stuff he does when I'm playing them, and he's like, that guy, like he doesn't love them, but he's always got to give it up for Plant because he can't believe somebody can do that with his voice,
yeah.
you know. But Plant lost the ability to do some of that stuff in his when his 20s ended. You know, he used to sound like Janis Joplin, and then you change, you do different stuff.
Joni Mitchell's got a different kind of voice. You know, people with like I think heavier voices, it's easier for them to keep that. You know, Willie Nelson always had kind of a thin kind of voice. So does Paul McCartney.
Willie's a talk singer anyway. That's why he back phrases everything.
Yeah,
He's the master of back phrasing. Joni's voice didn't change till very late, till she
yeah,
got like in her she's wicked old now.
right.
And like, yeah, nobody can get up there. Neither can Neil Young. Neil Young can't get anywhere near. You got to go for it anyway.
His voice
You
was
got to
thin
just go out
anyway.
there
It
and
was
chirp
like
it.
really, you know, it's kind of like how can you keep, you know, it's not a strong voice anyway.
Neil
So when
Young?
he gets old, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It was all nasal. Yeah. What a crazy way to sing. All those guys. It's just an act. It's an act. It's like Pee Wee Herman or
Yeah. Weird Al. Yeah,
or
Weird Al's
Gilbert
voices.
Gottfried. Gilbert Gottfried is Dylan of comedy, where he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna really go for it. I'm gonna have a crazy voice." Yeah.
It's weird, too. I mean, have you ever heard Gilbert Gottfried talk normal? Because he could.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he talks normal.
Well, he doesn't. He doesn't talk at all now. Yeah.
Well, he's passed away.
Michael.
We used to
Passed
see him
away.
around Chelsea all the time. He's a local guy.
Yes.
Nice man. He did
Seemed
his
like a
year
very
on
nice guy,
SNL,
man.
Jerry.
What's that?
He did his year on SNL
He did.
with Denny Dillon.
Denny Dillon. who Horatio kept saying Gail Mathias, kept calling Gail Mathias Denny Dillon at the reunion, the SNL reunion. It's like, I'm Gail Mathias. No, you're Dillon. You're Denny Dillon.
That's a deep cut. That season is legendary.
The guy from The Darkness. I didn't know that. I mean, it doesn't
From
surprise me at all.
where?
The lead singer from The Darkness.
Oh,
I think that
Adele shredded her voice because she didn't have the right training.
Adele, really.
You can hear it. You can hear her voice like literally tearing like paper when she sings.
And then famously, Guns N' Roses, the lead singer,
Axel,
ruined his voice doing that.
he did so many chemical peels that it just got all the way down to his vocal cords. And he couldn't sing anymore. I always thought he had an insanely goofy voice, like a super crazy character. Like, guys, I'm going to make a real character choice on this one. It's like, really, for your whole career? He's like, yeah, I'm hitching my wagon to that star. The way that I'm going for like Barry Gibb range and see what I can do up there.
Yeah, I was singing falsetto.
Barry Gibb's falsetto went to a totally different place though, where it like vibrated like some kind of horn. And then all the other Gibbs learned how to do it. And they all started singing that way. Now you got a whole mob of Australians
It was so
singing up out of
weird.
male range.
They had a brother that wasn't even in their group that sang like that. Like
He
Andy
learned
just started
too.
singing. A
Well,
little
they
bit.
would
He
back
sang
him
low
up on
too,
his
but yeah,
singles. They backed him up on his singles. They were grooming
they
him to
did.
be in
Yeah,
the band. But he had
but he was
some bad lifestyle habits, and then he got one of those heart viruses, and it killed him. Right, just fucking killed him right away.
from what I
When those
remember, he
viruses
had
go
his
to your
own thing
heart,
going. Like he would have been because he was
Andy,
Andy
Andy
Gibb, yeah,
Gibb.
because he was handsome. He had like his own
Uh
thing.
huh.
Like
Yeah, he was a little pop idol in his
uh huh,
own right. He
yeah,
was in with the Sean Cassidy crowd.
that's right. That was a big deal then. You know,
Um,
like the was that
of course,
Teen
David Cassidy
Tiger
was the
Beat?
alpha. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
Michael Jackson was
Uh,
the alpha, but yeah,
no,
he
I
kind of like
meant
just
of the
took.
two Cassidys.
Oh
Obviously,
yes,
David Cassidy was the chief Cassidy, and then Sean
yeah.
came up the rear, doing a lot of. Am I misremembering? Did he maybe do some after school specials, or was it
Yeah,
just nighttime specials?
he was an actor. He did
Right?
he did some acting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like he was
yeah.
in that Bad Harold show, or in that movie, but I'm not sure. The movie about the kid that
Harold.
there's a movie called Bad. I think it was called Bad Harold. It was a famous
Oh,
like
like when a
'70s
kid.
after school kind of
Kid.
special movie. Kid killed
Okay.
somebody, and then his parents put him in the wall. Then his parents die, and he's just
Oh
stuck
my
in the wall, and
God.
another family moves in the house.
Oh, I would have loved that.
Yeah,
It was exactly the kind of stuff we ate up. There was one
yeah,
we ate up with a spoon. It was The Little Girl That Lived Down the Lane. It's where
yes,
Jodie Foster's a child, because she was a child actor. She's basically a child. She's a preteen. I think she's got a brother, and their father dies. And they
mm-hmm.
proceed to carry on as if he's alive, you
Alive, yeah.
know? And Martin Sheen plays the creepy landlord
Uh
who
huh.
keeps coming around.
Yeah.
And he's very, the way he talks to Jodie Foster. I don't remember him actually doing anything to her, but he seemed very psychosexually sinister.
Yeah. Well, that was back in the day. We used to have a lot of I forgot what you call that genre. It's not horror. It's like it's
So it's
psychological
not quite
horror,
a thriller. I guess it's a psychodrama.
psychological thriller. Yeah, like
Sybil was the big one.
Sybil. Um, what was the other one?
Sybil was massive.
Hush, sweet Charlotte.
Yes, that one I don't remember quite as clearly,
That was they were
but
trying to drive a lady crazy. I think that was the plot of that.
oh, and then
Um,
of course then there's Carrie, but now you've moved into pure horror.
Yeah, but that's like a little bit of psychological, but it's in
It
there,
brought
right?
that
Like
with it, but
and
then went over
and
the.
Psycho too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that had it. But all Hitchcock stuff kind of did. A look into the twisted mind
Now, see, yeah,
of
I've heard that
someone.
Michael Jackson. I'm going back to this voice thing. I've heard he had a normal voice. You hear
Hey,
some of his normal voice
when
in interviews, but it wasn't that
a
far
little
different
bit.
from the voice that he used.
No, I think it was like that from when he was a young person. Look,
Yeah,
think about your friends, your friends who were either tomboys or girls who wanted to be boys and maybe eventually became boys. You can lower your own voice. I had a quite
yeah,
high voice when I was a young person. And I made a real effort to lower it because I
lower it.
didn't want to
That's
have
right.
a high voice.
It's an affect.
And
It's not.
likewise, men can change
Yeah,
their voices and talk that way if they really want to. And I think Michael trained his voice to be that way because
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
voice he chose to put on
Chose to
to
put on
express himself.
exactly, exactly.
I just saw an interview of him on Carson with it was the Jack. They weren't the Jackson Five. I think there was the Jacksons. There was
The
six or
Jacksons.
seven of them out there.
They were the Jacksons then. Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
by the
I
time
forgot that
Randy
there was
came on, yeah,
a younger boy.
it was pretty early that they became the Jacksons, because Randy was playing with them even when they were still the Jackson Five, and that would have made six of them. I mean, Randy was the younger brother that would
Was
have.
Randy the one younger than Michael?
He's the one that's younger than Michael. Yeah. Yeah. So, or Randy, maybe it was 5 with Randy, but Randy, yeah, he's younger than Michael. Um, and I'm pretty sure that's
Eddie
how.
Murphy always got a laugh when he said Tito. He would didn't matter what he was going to say. He would just start off with Tito, and it was going to work.
It's a funny name. The Jacksons versus the Jackson 5.
It's a classic name. I didn't know any Titos or Angels until I moved to Florida.
One,
I
two,
didn't even know
three,
it
four,
was a
five.
name.
Yes. So Randy was the Tito, give me a tissue. Eddie Murphy's.
Anybody can do Michael. You have to be very gentle. You have to speak in your voice and tell people that it's important to be yourself.
When he did
Anyone can do it.
when he did the Martin Bashir interview, the ABC interview, the whatever 2020, the famous one, where he was sleeping in bed with the kids.
That's dim in my memory, but it's there. What happened?
Yes, remember I was working on a
Tito.
comedy show. It was so, like we watched it like it was a trial, like we were like a yeah, what do you call it?
Like the OJ trial?
What up, y'all?
How you doing, man? Oh, you're in the midst of driving.
Yeah, I'm driving. I'm doing a rare drive. I did a little news interview for Channel 3, but I'm also in I'm in the thick of it. Here's where all the casinos are. There's Trump, my favorite casino, Trump Tower.
Oh, it's everybody's favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
We love that place.
Best return on slots. Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Delaney, I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm on mute. I was saying some of the best jokes.
I thought you were. It looked like it.
I was killing back here.
So how'd it go? You did a local TV interview. What was it like?
Well, let me just say, last night
kind of guy interviewing you.
It was a woman, a beautiful black woman, but then I had bits with the weatherman.
Oh yeah,
nice.
So the weatherman was digging it. So I was like in front of the green screen, and then the weather had started. I didn't know. I thought we were just going to take a picture, and so I'm like, yeah, man, it's great. You know, the weather. I watch you every day. So I can make sure it's going to be 100 or 102.
We got a visitor with us today.
Oh, we got a drop in. What's up, Walt?
Who's that?
Hi, Matt. Oh, sorry.
Hi.
I'll get you back in here, Walshy. So
Matt has
the 4. We got to do the 4 corner thing here.
Brady Bunch style.
Hard to do. There you go.
We can do it.
What's up, Walsh?
Hi,
All
Raj.
right.
Hi, Jerry. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Walt.
You're at home, huh?
I just got home, yeah. Let me turn this way. It's a little bright. Yeah,
you've been
doing a lot of errands.
on the road?
No, just all morning. My son became a lifeguard, so we had a graduation ceremony for the fire department.
Nice.
Oh, that's exciting.
Congratulations.
He's like a beach. Yeah, he's like a beach lifeguard. It was like boot camp. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
My son wants to do that. I live by the beach, and I see all the junior lifeguards going out there all day, all summer.
It's cool.
My son would hate that. It would give him deep anxiety if he had to know that if someone died, it would be on his head and on his watch. He could never do it.
See, I would love to save somebody, but I'm a terrible swimmer, so I would die too, I think.
That's true. Yeah, Roger go down with the victim.
Because I had when I was growing up in Chile, I had a cousin, like really cool guy. He took me to the record shop. He got me the White Album, and he ended up dying from saving someone's life in the river.
Really?
Yeah, and excellent
It's
young
intense.
guy. It was weird. Sorry to bring the, I've always got to bring the tragedy to the podcast just to make sure that everyone knows
You should.
that
Yes,
we're
thank
real,
you.
that we're real deals here.
It started
You
off
know-
pretty doom and gloom, so don't worry.
I was gonna get back to the comedy this last week. I haven't watched it. If you watched the Kevin Hart roast, but I was telling somebody that we went, Horatio and I went to a roast. We went, I think, we went to whose roast did we go to, Horatio?
Fuck, that's a good question.
Well, we went to one.
We
it
went to
was like
one, yeah.
It was a weird experience going to it because they the audience oftentimes are like just other people in comedy, random people and a lot of agents. So we were sitting at the table with but a bunch of agents and managers, and but they had to fill the audience with somebody. So yeah,
Roast. We won a contest. The Friars had an improv contest, and we won. And so we went to we got invited to the Quentin Tarantino Friars Club roast. It was fun.
Oh, that is fun.
Yeah, and we did a couple other functions. We did some functions after that at the at the Friars, and the food always seemed like it had been prepared by Benny.
There were like fast food wrappers on it. What?
It'd be like a cracker that you're like that's a Triscuit with some like cheese squirted on it with
a nice cream ball size of tuna salad.
It was exactly they would have made in 1959. It was still that.
I went there. Yeah, I went to that
orange.
place. It's awesome.
The Friars Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be like it's a dinner club, and it used to be all men, and then there's a pool table, but the food wasn't anything to write home about. Are they gone now?
I think it is. You mean the one on Wilshire?
I wonder. The one in Manhattan.
Oh, there's one in Manhattan.
The one in Manhattan.
Yeah. There's one in Hollywood too, in Beverly Hills.
Oh,
that was one in Wilshire.
Yeah, I've never seen that one open. I think it closed like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
There was a very nice girl that they had as their sort of recruiting person, and she's the one who was the point person on that contest. It got us through the door. I don't know if anybody joined. I think one of us did. Some go-getter joined up. I don't remember.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, maybe like 10 or 15 years ago, they had this push of trying to get people, because they were trying to keep it open, both of them open. They were trying to get younger people into the Friars
Yeah, they're
Club.
trying to get the young comics in there.
Yeah.
Maybe Bill Cott was a friar.
Yeah, that's maybe true. Was it like a membership, like a Soho House, where you would go to eat with friends or something? Like, what is the Friars Club about?
It's
pretty much
exactly
that.
like that. Yeah.
It's just
And they say, oh, there's a gym you can use, and I think it's just a shower.
Yeah.
It's not a
Basically
great
an
gym.
adult fraternity.
Yeah, they had a pool
It's
in
comedy
Beverly
bit.
Hills for a while.
It just leans towards comedians, and it's just like like a little clubhouse, like almost like a country club. New York City's full of clubs, all kinds of clubs like that. Rich
I think
and
they would
poor.
do every once in a while they might do some benefits, raise money for certain things or whatever. But yeah, it's just a place to hang out. So like any other club, like a Lions Club or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been in any of that kind of thing. But yeah, that's what it was. It just seemed like not worth it. Yeah, exactly. The old Groucho thing.
Yeah.
Any friar that would want me to be a friar is not a good friar.
Well, I went and hung out one time. Me and Craig Robinson, when they were trying to get people in, and we went a couple of times, and we went and hung out. They were having parties down there, and it was really hard to get people to just like to hang out. To get people to stay. It's because
you're going to the Playboy Club at the same time, so you're probably like, fuck the friars. Right?
The Playboy Club is not a club you can, I guess, join, but yeah, I've been there a few times. Yeah, it's not like that. No. It's not that much fun at all.
Is the Playboy
Did you
Club
ever wear
still open
pajamas?
in LA?
It's not anything
Or
like that. No.
the
Yeah, I
mansion
think
or whatever?
the mansion. Yeah, I think it's closed.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did do the pajama thing. That was a special party every year. They'd have this midnight summers party or whatever, and everybody
You got
was in
to go to
pajamas and
that?
lingerie. Yeah, I went to it a couple times. Yeah,
Wow, what's that like?
it's pretty fun. It was a lot of fun. The first time I went, it was a lot more fun. As he started to get older, and as I started not to be cool anymore, it was like it started to get kind of lame and empty. But I think I went 3 times. But the first time I went, it was like packed. You know, bunch of people there. Everybody's having a blast because they got to get in the Playboy Mansion, so everybody's happy. And they're all in like pajamas or lingerie. and the playmates are
it's
walking
free
around.
booze and free food and stuff.
Everything's free. Yeah, and really good food. Really
Okay,
good.
so
Yeah. No
Yeah.
drugs
That makes a
though.
difference.
Really, really tight security. Do not try to
Great.
smoke a joint. Do not. No. Not. You cannot have any kind of drugs
Okay.
on that property.
wow.
Yeah. Pretty serious about that.
Did
And
you wear
you guys
lingerie, Jerry?
I wore pajamas. Yeah.
Oh, you wore pajamas. Okay.
I did not wear lingerie. No.
They were slinky, but they were men pajamas.
I did jump in the water in the grotto. At one point, there was like a bunch of people in there, a bunch of women or a bunch of like playmates with topless, and then people just started getting in topless. And I jumped in the grotto. And somebody took a picture of me, and that was when I decided to lose weight. I saw a picture of myself, and I thought, no, I think there was a picture of me, and I was like, oh wow, one of the playmates is in front of me. Look at her boobs. I'm like, oh no, those are mine. I do remember
so
this,
that's
there was an
you don't
old
want people
black
seeing
man.
your belly.
No, I mean, yeah, and somebody
At
took a
the
picture,
grotto.
so it's like, yeah. But there was
Yeah.
an old black man. He had to be like 70. He looked like he's like hair white, but he was in the grotto completely naked with the biggest giant dick I'd ever seen in my life. Just like he was just standing there with his hands
So
on his
proud
hips,
of himself.
and his dick was like full, like he was like the water was
People
like
are
dick at dick level,
yeah,
so you
people
could
are
just see it floating.
they're slowly moving
Oh my
away.
God.
They were.
Oh, no.
All right.
Was it
Yeah, I know
was
what
it
you're
Nipsey
doing.
Russell?
He calls himself
I-
Mustafa.
I'm sure he was like an old porn star. I'm
okay.
sure. I'm positive.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I'm sure he's like, this is the time to show your dick. I've got the biggest one.
Yeah.
Was
Or they
James
booked
Caan
him as-
there or Don Adams?
No, but Bill Maher was. Bill Maher was there, I think, I was going to say every time I went, but I've been 3 times, and he was there twice when I went.
That makes sense.
I
Don
love how
Adams.
cool. I love how cool they think he is now. like Bill Maher's like the cool guy that gets quoted and stuff. It's like
Well,
this guy
that's
was
only-
fucking. This fucking guy was doing, Arsenio Hall when he was 50.
Yeah.
We'd all gotten over Bill Maher, and it's like, oh, here we go again, more Bill Maher.
I know. Well,
I'd
Yeah.
rather have Bill Maher than Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller just said it.
Yeah, Dennis Miller went nuts. Yeah,
You still see him
Dennis
from time to
Miller.
time. He pops up on Fox News sometimes.
Does he?
all the.
That's where they end
I mean,
up.
he was super good already. He didn't need to do all that, but guys like Rob Schneider now and
Well, poor Rob.
our
Snyder.
other friend.
I feel bad for Rob Snyder, and I don't feel bad for Brewer. Brewer's like raking money in. I don't know what the fuck is going on. He's like making some. He's got so many people watching that bullshit.
Yeah,
Was he his podcast or whatever?
Yeah,
It's pretty rough. Jerry's made us watch some of it. It's rough stuff. It's
yeah. He's trying to be like Alex Jones or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like trying to watch a televangelist or something. It's just really sweaty, really desperate, very circular, rambling.
But that's Jim Brewer though. You ever watched any sketches?
Yeah,
He's desperate, scrambling.
he's always been desperate and scrambling, but not in the not long form solo.
That's pretty much that's his comedy.
Yeah, he was Goat Boy. He was Goat
Yeah.
Boy. That's what I remember him from.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Goat Boy and Pesci. That's where his things. He's a great
Okay,
impressionist.
Pesci was it.
I mean,
Yeah, the Pesci show was the thing.
I was watching him do something, and he made me laugh. I mean, he I think he's completely sincere in everything that he does, which is like which is what probably his appeal is, which makes him funny. Is that
Yeah.
he's not putting on. He's not trying to be something that he's not. He's not.
Yeah, but you don't
No.
need to air all your shit, unload all your shit on everybody. Shit that nobody really wants to hear, but obviously they do. They want to see the car
People
wreck.
do. Yeah. Yeah. They do. Half baked. Yeah, I guess, and they wrote that movie too. So weird. You know,
He wrote
Tracy.
Half-Baked?
Tracy used to talk
Well,
about
it's
Jim
not a
Brewer.
great movie.
He loved Jim Brewer.
fun
He's like,
movie.
"Yeah, Jim Brewer.
Really?
Yeah, he used to talk about him all the time. I'd be like, what? Like, Brewer was the best.
Yeah, because he's insane, and he would listen to Tracy as long as he wanted.
Because they're both local New York weirdos.
What? Right. Brewer was doing great,
Ew.
and then all of a sudden he was gone. You don't want that
Yeah.
to happen to you. You don't want to happen to you what happened to Brewer. Really? Are you serious? Yeah. Brewer was oh man, he's a monster. Okay.
He must have seen him kill a bunch of college kids.
Yeah, people have an affinity. A lot of people who did stand up and like Horatio was saying, East Coast people like have affinity for each other. I'm sure there's people that
Yeah.
I'm friends with that people
remember-
consider, lousy.
I remember Norm Macdonald going out of his way to say Jim Brewer was a good guy.
He seems like a really nice guy. He really does. It's like
But no one wants a desperate meatball, though.
there's a really funny video of him and David because David was making fun of him during the whole COVID thing,
Yeah.
and David said he wanted him to die.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. He made
And
a,
Brewer was
die.
really like hurt. He was like, "What? Die? I love comics. You wanted me to die?" And he talked to him. He was actually, "No, I don't want you to die." That was actually really nice of David because I've been like, "Yes, die."
Yeah, we would get
People
pretty
are dying
violent with
from
our
this
thoughts. Our thoughts on comedy.
Well, at the time, people were dying from that shit. That was the whole point. It was
Yeah.
it was COVID.
Yeah. The anti-COVID stuff.
Yeah.
the whole death to
Like you
America
deserve to
thing?
die.
Right.
When people say death to America, it's a translation. They're really saying down with America. They don't want to blow us up. That's what conservatives would have you think. Hardline conservatives. But they're just saying down with America. They don't want death to us.
I'm pretty sure David was saying that he wanted him to die, though. He wasn't saying down with Jim Brewer.
No, he was saying that. We used to say that. People used to say eat shit and die. My sisters
Down
told me
with
to
Jim
eat
Brewer.
shit and die all the time. It's something
Yes,
people
I know.
say.
That's true.
But
Yes.
he decided to turn it into a whole episode because he needed material.
Walsh, have you
mean-
ever wished someone would die?
Sure. Trying to think who's the recent. Probably somebody on
remember
the
someone-
road.
I
that
remember
cut me
someone
off. I
telling
don't know.
Walsh to die. There was
Who?
a guy who got offended. Some person was offended by the UCB when they were in Aspen, and he left
Oh, yeah.
he left Walsh a message on his phone. And he's like, "Fuck you, you fucking cock smoker." You fucking. That was his number one. That was his coming back around to. And then he'd say, you know what? I'm sorry. You guys are good. You guys are really funny. But fuck you, you fucking, you
He was
cocksucker.
yeah. I saved that message. It's
Yeah, you played it
somewhere.
for us when you got back because it was so bad. And the guy kept breaking down and being like, you're all right though. You're okay. You
Oh, so he was
cocksucker. And then he
insane.
get pissed again.
No, he was really drunk, and I think I was there with Missy at the time, and we had a show there, and I think he was inappropriate to Missy or something, and he was out of his mind, and so Dave Rath invited us somewhere, and that kid was tagging along, and I think I was like, I don't want him, and he's not with us, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I don't know how he got my number, but he left a message because he knew that
He was pissed.
I got him shut out of the party, and it was really funny. He was coherent, then incoherent, coherent, then
So
incoherent.
he probably
He-
left that message like
he-
right after that, I would imagine.
Yeah,
He had a little
Yeah.
Jekyll and Hyde thing going. Yeah, it was interesting.
yeah.
Well, yeah, he was a fan, but you pissed him off. That makes sense.
Hey, Matt,
yeah.
you know what I've noticed, Matt Walsh? You ever watch the ESPN sports guys?
Which ones?
You know the heavy set guy who talks to Stephen A. a lot. He is your Jim. He's your coach character, who's like
Oh,
a
I
very,
can't-
he's a very very effeminate man, and he
Oh,
likes to talk
wow.
to his girlfriend. His girlfriend.
Oh
My
wow!
girlfriend.
I haven't noticed this guy. I'll have to dig him up.
Who is this?
I think you know who I'm talking about. He's one of those ESPN guys. He's really heavy. He's way too heavy for a sportscaster. And he's got that lisp, he's just very lispy. I mean, okay, so you have a lisp, big deal. You're unmarried and you have a lisp. No one thinks anything.
That's funny. No, I'll have to find him. I can't think of who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't.
I'll have to get you his
You're not
name.
talking about. 'Cause
If
I'm
we had
watching.
listeners, if we have more viewers, they'd know.
You're not talking about Buccigross, are you? John Buccigross?
On ESPN,
Yeah.
maybe. He's in his 50s, maybe.
Yeah.
He's a big guy who's very effeminate.
Oh,
and
big
he
guy.
Just reminds me precisely of Walsh's coach. He was Little Donnie's coach. He's a heavy set man.
That's funny.
So he's a gay, heavy-set man.
Yeah, who always brings up his girlfriend just out of context, out of nowhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know who
Poor
he's
guy.
talking about. You're talking about the You're talking about the basketball guy.
The basketball guy. That was the key word. Yeah. he's
Yes,
an
the
NBA guy.
reporter, the basketball reporter.
Yeah.
Woj.
Woj?
Yeah, he's talking about Woj.
Okay.
Every time I see him, I'm waiting for him to go. And they went down 101 to 79. My girlfriend and I watched that.
Shannon Tharp does have a lisp. Shannon Tharp has a pronounced lisp.
Shannon Sharp.
I love that his lisp was on his sex tape, but you do like it. You do like it.
I didn't see his
You do like
sex
to be
tape.
choked.
You do like that. You do like that.
You like to be
Pass
choked.
the oil, girl.
Excuse me, what'd you say? I'm sorry. You like to be choked. I didn't. I want to get into it, but I'm not picking up what you. Choked.
Maybe quit announcing stuff.
Just do it, It's, maybe I'm not talking about it so much.
Get your labias ready for me. What?
I feel get your labias. What? What's that? Oh. Labias.
When I first heard that guy's show, I wasn't paying attention. I could hear it, and my brother was listening to it. And I'm like, "What the fuck is that? Guy sounds like he's he's in Amos and Andy." Oh yeah, football, this and that. Like, what the hell?
Skip.
I'm like, that's just like Amos and Andy. Like, no, he's all right. He's got it.
Well, I was really offended. I didn't think it was. I think they really were friends, but at first it was Skip and Stephen A. Smith, and then Skip went to Fox, and he picked up Shannon Sharp.
Tony? Oh, Shannon, yeah.
He picked up Shannon Sharp as his guy, and I was just like, what a difference! Like he got this guy. Now he had this dude to argue with him that was really eloquent, that talked too much, and now he's got this guy told like this: Skip, Skip.
And then, but then they choose that guy's podcast has all the outrageous, crazy rumors and shit.
I know now.
Like,
yeah, it's great.
Comedians will come on and be like, "Yeah, Michael Jackson has sex with Bernie Brillstein."
I know.
I'm good. Hold on.
Oh,
What
I
if
gotta
he
check
getting
out
his
this
order?
interaction.
Is he getting his order?
Or he's at a security booth, one or the other. Security?
I'm at drive-through at In-N-Out.
Oh, in and out, nice.
I'm talking to him. Thank you. I have to go do another podcast to promote the show on Saturday.
Oh, good.
That's what I want to talk about. What are you going to do?
I'm going to do some characters. I'm going to do some bits I've been writing. And me and Catan, we might do a little improv with the audience.
Have you
And
rehearsed it?
we got two comedians opening for us.
Oh, good.
Who's
Have you
opening?
put any of this stuff up in front of an audience yet at all?
No. You know I don't do that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's talking about preparing, folks.
Well, I have been
Don't do it.
preparing. I have been.
He's
Yeah,
preparing.
I bet.
Yeah, no, he's not going to rehearse though.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Any ketchup
Give me
today?
a double
Yes, please.
with single cheese.
I can throw away
Everything.
if you need trash or anything.
Uh,
Throw away.
Can you throw this
Salt
away?
on the fries.
Thank you.
And just ketchup.
What's that?
I just said
I know,
a
man.
You wanna know my
double
order?
Double with single
Yeah.
cheese.
Thank you.
No salt on the fries.
Ooh, that looks so pretty.
Nice.
Look at that in and out. Yes.
That looks like a double fry.
I love it when they ask you
Oh,
if
they
you
gave me a
eat-
lot of fries.
if you're going to be eating in the car.
Why?
Yeah, they did.
Something special? They give you a
They always-
bib?
They always no.
They give you a
don't
box.
They give you a box instead of
Yeah.
a bag.
Otherwise, it's a bag, yeah.
And they give you this.
America?
This
That
is
says-
In-N-Out.
that says
In-N-Out
turn
supports the
yourselves in.
troops.
It says to
Wow.
report
Yeah.
to the border and
That's
go
good.
back from whence that you came.
Do they still have the scripture on the bottom of the cup?
Let me see.
That's just
Okay, so
now I
have this
You
table.
into your own lap. Don't fall for
What?
it, especially with hot coffee.
I have a little table that I use
It goes right on your
for
steering
these
wheel?
such. Yeah.
I want one so bad. Raj has a
Dude.
little mini table that
Do you have a toilet in that car?
You know, I do have a toilet. It's called Big Gulp Cup.
yeah.
It's like an
more of a
airline tray, and
pan
it clips onto the steering
than-
wheel.
Yeah,
That
it's
is-
great. I actually have written stuff on it. I've had my laptop on it.
That's
Or
the way
you
they do
gotta
it in
be-
Vegas, man.
This is turned into an ASMR. You gotta be careful.
Get rid of the paper.
It was turned into one of those. I'm gonna try this food.
Mhm.
Those videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, you give it a rating.
Yeah. Okay, folks, here goes. I love it when somebody's mad at the person. Like I've seen a bunch of those where somebody's in the restaurant with them. And they're like, "Hey, man, why don't you stop doing that here?" Hey, I'm just trying to do a review, buddy. I'm just online. Okay, can you just take it easy? Anyway,
Yeah.
People hate
They feel
I'm gonna
very
try
entitled.
this.
influencers.
They do.
They're always getting yelled at and like punched and shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here! What are you doing with that camera? Like really old fashioned.
Please, sir, I'm just trying to do a review, okay? Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and try this burger.
John 3:16, Jerry.
John 3:16. All right.
On the bottom? Oh,
That
yeah.
is
Yeah.
God loved the world so much that he gave his only son. That's what that scripture
good.
says. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was thou shalt now kick a good field goal to end the game. Wasn't that weirdo? The rainbow guy had that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was John 3:16. Yeah, the rainbow head. Thou shalt not kick the field. Thou shalt not miss the field goal,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or God will be angry and smite thee.
Hey guys, the first time you heard that trip, didn't you say to yourself that God could have made himself as many sons as he wanted? When they
I
laid
never
the only
thought that.
son trip on you?
I never
I thought, well,
thought
he's
that.
God. He can give himself as many children as he wants.
Yeah, but that was his only one.
So it's like, I thought it was unfair to lay that only son trip on us, because he could pop out another one if he really wanted one.
I never really thought about that. He could have, yeah.
That was my first thought, because I thought they kind of laid that at my doorstep. Anyway,
Well, I thought he was kind of breaking the rules for us. I think that's what they're saying. Like, he's a god, he's spiritual, and I'm going to make something of flesh that's the same as me, or my DNA, I guess. That's where I went.
it was his magic powers. No, it was
also-
his powers.
Only begotten is, I think that only begotten is that we're all children of God, but he's the only child of God that God actually put into somebody. And
I know, but the way they would put it was like, like, oh, he died in a car accident, and it was their only child. It was like, no, he could have had a whole litter if he wanted.
Yeah. You could, yeah.
And he did, I think, in a way where he had, there was Moses, and there was a lot of big cats, David, different people, different prophets. You got Muhammad, you got Buddha.
Satan.
When do the fairies come in?
Satan, Lazenby. Satan is an archangel. He's not a corporeal guy. He's like Michael and Gabriel. There's like a bunch of archangels. There's a little club of them. And Lucifer was one of them, and he got booted out. It's as simple as that. Because he wanted
really?
to operate in the corporeal world and all that. But, there couldn't be people without Satan. So there it is. He appeared because we appeared. He came with us. We need him.
Yeah, God was like, this is a pretty cool situation, but there's not a lot of fun. A lot of work.
Yeah.
Then some dirty fucking demon was like, I'm gonna make all the bad shit happen too, to make the fun stuff happen.
What did Michael do to get turned into Satan? What was his final offense?
No, it wasn't Michael.
Different
it was
people.
Lucifer.
Yeah.
No, Michael.
Well, but you said he started as an angel. Oh,
He
I
started
think
as
he
an
was-
angel, yeah.
Lucifer was God's favorite angel because he was the most beautiful of all.
and always named Lucifer.
Yeah, and then Lucifer became a little bit envious, and and God said, no, you can't toil around down there. It's just me. But of course, I feel like we all feel that the devil is like part of what separates us from the animals, because my cat doesn't know from God from the devil. And when it plays with a mouse, that's not the devil. But when a man plays with a mouse and tortures a mouse, that's the devil.
Okay.
The man is.
Yes.
No, or the spirit that inhabits him to do that, right?
Yeah. But that's just us, because we're just people, and we got to sort this stuff out. And we see men torturing animals, and we're like, fuck, what is that? Is there some asshole making him do that? Because we feel like there's a good guy making us do the good stuff.
But there's no heaven for mice or rats or flies. Like, God doesn't care about them.
Nope.
No, they don't care about it. They don't care or want about it.
I think God doesn't care about them.
Doesn't.
Well, we're the same as.
But how about if your heaven?
We just think
What if your
differently.
heaven is sitting in a garden and watching like butterflies and hummingbirds?
Well, you have that.
All right. What
You
about
got a
that?
But they're
slice
just-
of heaven.
They're just accessories. They're not God's children.
They're beasts.
I think he doesn't care about earthly work. I'm pretty sure he doesn't care about earthly rats, mice, and flies. I would bet $1 million that God doesn't care about
The
it.
Bible's pretty clear that those are beasts.
Yeah.
Well, that's all
I
we
don't think
had.
Moses made a point of putting them on the ark. I think they found their way on, but he wasn't like priority one. Let's get a boy and girl mouse.
Oh, this is speaking of that. I was watching this thing on Fox News today. There's this ark or whatever, like amusement park. There's a big giant Ark of the Covenant that people can go see.
Yeah,
And
the Christian amusement parks. Yeah.
you can go in it, and you can go in it, and they have like different animals, and then there's dinosaurs in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they say the
Inside.
dinosaurs on the ark. I'm like, wouldn't it be better if you said that the theology I grew up on was that the dinosaurs died before the flood? Wouldn't it be better if they died like during the flood? If God was like, I don't want dinosaurs anymore. Just don't bring those. But they were like, no, there were dinosaurs on the ark. I'm like, are you kidding? Can't get a brontosaurus on a fucking ark. Much less two. Two?
Well, they only have brontosauruses in the Flintstones. Not to be scientific about it.
Yeah, I never thought about dinosaurs being on the ark. Is this like a new invention to?
Yeah, I think in any
According to a lot of the Christians, man and dinosaur were like 5,000 years apart and overlapped a lot. And it's like, no, it didn't roll that way.
No.
They're starting to get pretty good at figuring stuff out. They figured out Stonehenge, and they figured out what made the dinosaur. When I was a kid and really into dinosaurs, every time the whole thing of them disappearing was always no one knew why they disappeared all of a sudden. Now we know exactly why they died. Pretty much when it happened, where it was, where the meteor hit, the whole fucking deal, and why it's responsible for all of us being here. Because nothing survived bigger than a chicken.
The lady at the ark said that the meteor came after the flood. And I was just like, oh, well, I guess that wasn't from God, but the flood was.
So, like, dinosaurs were eliminated when the meteor hit, along with all the other animals on the ark, but for some reason they survived?
Right. They survived. Yeah.
The meteor's
Like, it makes
not
less
part
sense.
Of the meteor's not part of the Judeo.
It's not a part of the flood. It's not part
The
of
flood
the part.
is.
No.
The meteor's not. Only science knows about that.
And also, man,
it's
that's
always been a mystery why the dinosaurs vanished.
if they're going also going to
recently.
claim that the comet hit, that's a big event that got missed by the Bible. It's a
Nobody
huge
was
one.
there. No one was there to see it.
Well, they said it happened after the flood, so there had to be people there.
No, the flood. The people. There was human beings before the flood, I believe.
Yeah. And after,
No, it
too. They
depends
said that
which
the
flood
comet
you're
came
talking-
after,
But
so...
it depends which flood you're talking about. Because the Bible flood is a made-up flood. But the people who made it up heard about a real flood. There was a big flood.
Well, there was a lot of big floods all around. There's floods all the time.
Yeah, but we're talking the big one.
I'm sure that whoever wrote that, yes, there was a really big flood that seemed like the whole world flooded.
Yeah.
But it was probably just
What a drag.
Yeah.
It was just a real wet season, maybe. Got blown
It's
out
probably
of
just a
proportion.
It was probably just a rainy
Just a
day.
really bad monsoon. Yeah.
What the hell is going on
In the
here?
afternoon.
I wonder if
Yeah, like the first-
Noah was. Yeah. I was going to say, is Noah even a boat builder, or he just got fingered to do the job? Like, fuck.
He did.
know.
That's
Okay, you
remember. That's
guys-
the whole story. Is
see if
everybody
you
was
can back
laughing at
me
him
up
because he
on
was
this.
building this boat, and people were like, "What is
But
that?"
But I mean, why him? Like, was he a boat builder already, or he just figured it out? Like, that's not easy to build a watertight vessel for like 1,000 animals.
So in the story in the Bible, he was just loyal, and Noah was the nephew of. You remember the story of Lot and his wife,
Yeah.
the way that it turned into salt. So Noah was his
Well,
nephew.
God gave them a tip. He gave them a hot tip to get out of town with one stipulation. They couldn't follow it, and he zapped them with his magic. Very Zeusian.
So also the And now it's much more like an older, I guess, Christian theology that the idea was that at that time, the world, that's the flood. He said the world was so bad that he had to cause this flood. That was part of Sodom and Gomorrah and all that stuff. Like supposedly, the Bible, and by the Bible's history, that sin was so bad that was why he had to cause a flood, and it was bad, like Sodom and Gomorrah bad. Like everything was that bad.
So I'm
Really?
getting rid of you and starting again. You're all getting sent off for scientific experiments.
What do you mean building an ark? And
I never
collect the
knew that there's been like 3 or 4 extinctions. I've never knew that.
No,
Maybe
those are
more.
ice ages.
Maybe we don't know. Or maybe
No,
even
those
more.
those floods came. The big floods come from the ice ages coming and going, coming and going. It gets really cold. Everything freezes for a couple, 100,000 years, and then or whatever it is, it might be a couple million, and then it unfreezes, and everything fucking goes crazy. We get the Grand Canyon, we get the Hudson Valley, and we wait for the next freeze, and then the same thing's going to happen again, and everything's going to get rearranged a little bit, and that's why we have so much. Part of why we have so much continental drift.
Do you guys know
So
why there's no artifacts from any time before like 5,000 years ago?
there are they're
Like
unfreezing. All kinds of
right,
guys are
but
unfreezing, fully clothed. One of them has mushrooms in his bag.
he has mushrooms on his nutsack.
Pretty much right next door to each other.
They
That's
had
where they buried their
STDs
sack.
back then.
I believe
How come
they
nothing
did.
survives, Horatio?
Oh, because it all goes into the Earth's core, melts. Like nothing can survive that. So there's no evidence after extinctions like that. Except, there's, I guess, rocks and mountains, ocean,
No,
but
they
everything
don't
else
last.
gets wiped out.
So
So
you're
it could
saying
happen
nothing
right now. It could
lasts
happen after,
forever
like,
but the
right
Earth and
this
sky?
minute.
I believe Kansas.
How
said
would it?
that.
I guess it'd have to be a meteor, right? That's going to cause the next extinction.
That's the thing we
Because
got to
bombs
worry
aren't going
about.
to do it.
Another meteor. We could be toast any moment from these fucking meteors. But here's the thing. The solar system has simmered down in the last 50 million years. And there's not as many of those big ones around. They were more common back then. At least that's what I've been
Really?
told. That's what I
Really?
heard. Well, yeah, it was 69 million years ago they figure that the big one hit. And the solar system is a lot less active than it was back then. Things have settled down more. But there's still plenty whipping around there, and some are heading right for our solar system, close to Earth. We just keep an eye on them, and they're, the stuff you see in the science fiction movies, they really are working on so that we can send nukes onto the meteors before they get here and throw them off course.
You guys, since I don't have a family, I often sometimes think like, oh, wouldn't it be great today if a meteor hit the Earth and killed everybody? So that's more my depression.
You should
But-
open with that on Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, I had a joke where I'm saying like the worst, terriblest thing that could happen to you is when you can't smoke weed indoors, and I'm like, it's terrible. It's just like. It's like Columbine, and I'm writing this. It's like, I'm like, it's worse than Columbine, and I'm like, and then the joke afterwards is like, why am I saying this at a comedy show? And so I edited the whole piece out. I have to. That's the kind of thing I have to be on watch for, not to make
don't
the
wanna
shit
lose
too
them.
dark right off the
You
bat.
don't want to lose them. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you remember
can
the
go
time we
dark,
did that
but you gotta
improv show
deliver.
out in Ames, Iowa, and somebody led. I think it was Riggle led. He used the lead out that he used to do for Pile Driver, which was I say cunt, you say punch.
Yeah.
And it did not go over.
That was Wriggle's warm up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I gotta
That was a
remind Jerry that we did a show in Ames, Iowa, the worst show ever, and Mr. Cooper was doing it with us, and so we
Well, here's
decided
the-
to go
here's
on
the-
after Cooper, and he went on for an hour and a half. Audience is exhausted. People are like talking, mumbling, walking away, going to the next party. They did not care about improv that night at that hour. And I'm like, what a
started our
motherfucker!
set.
You just
We started our set, and I didn't have my glasses on. There was this like swirling movement out there. People, just bodies, just everyone exiting, just heading for the doors. And then after us going for about 30 minutes, I thought, hey, I think we're finally getting to them. And it was that they had just basically evacuated the stadium. 2,000 people there.
they're listening to us now.
But a couple hundred
They're
stuck
just leaving.
around. No, a couple hundred stuck around. Boy, that was painful. That was
Jerry,
rough.
you
We didn't
remember
start
our-
laughing
you remember
about
our
it for
bad
about
show.
10 minutes. Sudeikis was there. Who else was in on that train wreck? Owen. You guys
Bobby,
tried to get me
probably.
to do the intro. You tried to get me to intro it. I'm the worst at that stuff. I'm like, no, I passed it on. I made Owen do it. I felt bad about it at the time, but I would have been even worse.
I can't hear you, Jerry. I think you're on mute.
Yeah, Jerry.
Sorry, yeah, I muted myself.
You
There
guys
was an
hear Jerry?
experimental
Could be
plane going
technical.
over. Now, Matt and I did a show,
Okay.
Gathering of the Vine. It's like one of those
Yep.
outdoor music festival shows. So it was like mud, nothing but mud out there.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
That was rough. Yeah, yeah. People were like, yeah, they're pretty rowdy.
Yeah,
But you had a
Bonnaroo one year.
huge crowd.
but they were kind of walking to the campground, and the mics weren't right. It was brutal.
Oh, they were trying to get us to smoke their weed. There was like a
Yeah.
line of people with bowls out.
I would mind that.
Smoke my weed, man. Why you smoking his weed? Smoke mine first, please, bro.
And we're trying to do like conducted story. We were trying everything.
Yeah, we went down to like the child games.
Tag out. I think we did freeze tag
Freeze tag.
just
Like,
to get
Tanner,
Do
simple.
like, hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on.
well, I remember one time you guys, the UCB4, you got invited to the Cannabis Cup. And you came
Yep.
back, and I was like, Amy, how was the Cannabis Cup? She went totally disorganized.
Yes.
well, what do you think? It's the Cannabis
What
Cup.
do you expect?
Yeah.
It was a complete train wreck. Just
What's the
an
Besser was like, it
organizational
never
nightmare.
starts on, nothing starts on
no
time.
one knew where they were supposed to be. No one knew what was going on.
No. No, there was a bunch of stoners greeting us kindly, offering us a big pile of weed. You guys want some weed? And they give us this copious mountain of pure flower. And then, you need anything else? And we're like, yeah, we'd love some waters, and tell us what time our rehearsal is. And then for the next 3 hours, every 40 minutes, somebody would come in, hey man, you need anything? And they would give us more weed. And we're like, yeah, we'd love some water, and what time's our rehearsal? Oh, I'll get on it, man. It was so disorganized. Yeah, by the end of it,
I have enough weed. I just need to know where
Yeah.
I'm going.
we literally said that, no more fucking weed. What time are we rehearsing, and where's the water? It was really bad.
I have to remember that I wrote a movie about two old guys who come up with me and Raj wrote this movie, who come up with a new strain of weed, and they go to a Cannabis Cup, and I forgot all that stuff happens where it's like nothing happens that's supposed to.
Yeah, no surprise.
Right?
And it was Goddess. I think Goddess was the theme, because I think marijuana is the ones that bud are the female plane. Does that sound
Yeah.
right?
That's right.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
it was the year of the Goddess. It was worshiping the feminine. So it had a good theme, but it was so terrible.
That made a good poster. I think I remember the poster, which is fabulous. That reminds
Was
me
it?
of that movie, 24-Hour Party People, where he shows up. The posters don't come in till after the gig, and he's pissed about the posters. And he looks at it and he goes, actually, these are really great. And he just, he's just really, honestly admiring this poster, despite the fact that it's a fucking waste. That's what happened when Brian McCann hired that Mad Magazine artist to do the poster for the show I directed for him, Leisure Hour. And the poster finally came through. It was amazing. Of course, the show was long over. We had already printed up 5,000 just based on the sketch. But the
Oh,
poster did finally come through after
you just
it was
used the
over,
sketch that
and
he
it's great.
had. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a paint. Well, McCann still has the painting. It's really gorgeous.
Oh wow.
But yeah, no, the audience never saw it. No, they saw the pencil sketch.
Yeah. Yes. I see. Yeah.
It's McCann urinating. All the information for the show is on a bathroom wall, and he's urinating and like looking over his shoulder, holding a glass of wine. It's very McCann.
A big old
He's
face,
in a
muggy.
bathroom. Yep. Enormous head, tiny pencil legs. It's a
So Matt, I was in
perspective, too, so.
I was in Chicago this past week, a little while ago, and then
So
I
was
learned
I.
that oh, you were there. A friend of ours passed away, or whatever.
Which friend?
I feel bad now. It's going on my mind.
Improviser?
Yes.
Second City or IO? Both?
Both. Yeah.
A lot
Tour
of
co
guys
or
are
main
dead.
stage?
Main stage.
Oh.
O'Malley. Tim O'Malley. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. I saw that. Tim
Oh,
O'Malley.
Tim O'Malley passed away.
Yeah.
I got to meet him. What a nice guy. He was so kind to me. I was so annoying to that cast, and he was really cool to me, and he just made me feel welcome.
Oh, that's nice.
He wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't the best version of himself when we were coming up. I think he was struggling with booze. And
Yeah, I think it got a
later
little
in
bit
life, he
better.
turned it around.
Turned it around. I don't know. Yeah, by the end, but yeah, I think he was a much better person to people later on.
Yeah.
I saw him a little bit, in the last few years.
He was funny. I saw him in a couple shows. He was good. He was very funny.
He was. So he had a lot of promise too. Is like him and he was in the same cast as Farley, right? And they were.
And Mike Myers, maybe.
I saw him in Torco a bunch of times with Pasquesi and Joel Murray and Beltzman and Cindy Caponera. What a cast.
Wow.
That's the
Great show.
around time. Yeah.
And Holly Wortel.
Good
A lot of
memory.
a lot of talent that one. But yeah,
Did you see the Martin Short documentary yet?
I haven't watched it yet.
No.
No.
It's very sweet. He's very. I mean, I love Martin Short, but it's cool.
I
thought it
saw
was good.
Anyone.
I saw the interview. He did an interview on CBS Morning,
I saw
I think.
Yeah.
a couple pieces from it. Yeah, several pieces. It's tough. He just lost his daughter.
Yeah.
So, of course, CBS wants to talk to him.
I know. Right. No, he's Marty. I mean, he it's a hard thing to deal with, seeing him go through that, but he's seems to be dealing with it the best that you can,
He's
Tragedy.
he's talked about it a lot, the tragedies that he's had in his life. Colbert too, when you lose siblings and parents at an early age, it leaves a mark, and then of course he lost his wife, Nancy.
Yeah, he used to talk about that actually when I was working with him. He used to talk about how he was an orphan, Marty. I think his father died when he was 4, something like that. His parents died.
I think his mom passed first.
Okay.
And then his dad was like 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had a brother who died when he was like really young.
Said
I
they
don't know
had
how
the funeral parlor on speed dial at his house.
Yeah, so a lot of tragedy early on. Yeah.
Anyways, I recommend it. It's good.
Yeah,
I will
definitely
watch
look
it.
at
I owe myself that. I haven't. Few things like that I haven't caught up with yet.
I like that you
Give
pull
yourself a
over
treat,
to
Jay.
eat, Raj. I like that you
Say
pull
what?
over to eat. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Eating and driving is not good.
I'm sure the Henderson Police Department is watching this.
I don't. Yeah, I mean,
Funny.
they're saying that the statistics of death by car accidents are going way up because people are eating their cheeseburgers and trying to do podcasts at the same time.
Yes.
Don't drive in
Influencer.
podcasts, folks.
Well, you're an influencer. You got to make your money.
I hate to say that, but yeah, I am an influencer.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta do it. I'm on my way to a podcast now.
Whose podcast?
I did. I don't know.
Just,
I'm just beating my publicist friend over there.
I've done many of those. I've
You
done
know,
a lot
just
of
say
those
yes
like
and
online.
figure it out later. That's the way improv
It's
works.
almost better. I mean,
First,
yeah,
we'll find out. We'll find
Yeah.
out soon enough.
it's my easiest thing to do is podcasts.
yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because you can
This
just
is
say
proof
pass
positive.
or no if you don't like something.
Yeah.
But even like so like my old podcast where we get to improvise and stuff. You don't have to bring anything. You don't have to think about anything. You just show up, and there we go.
That's what works.
Well, yeah, it's do it yourself. It's just add water. All podcasting is just add water.
It is. I think
Yeah,
the
but
more
some people are like they're so like, okay, we're going through all of Francis Ford Coppola's films, and
Yeah.
like there's a lot of that, So I luckily I've not been asked to be on niche
So today
podcasts
we're
like
talking
that.
about editing. Jerry, what do you think about editing?
Yeah, but
How do you,
you'd have loved going on the Sopranos podcast.
Oh, yeah, I would have
Is that
loved to
very
be on that one.
I would have just been asking
You mean
questions.
the show that they did?
Yeah, the one with the two guys did, and they would have guests on. Usually they were guests from the Sopranos, but every once in a while they would have just like somebody else, just talking about how much they liked the show. Micro Imperioli.
Yeah, that was good
and,
COVID watching.
That was great COVID viewing, and it was right before the movie came out. So it was like,
I liked the movie too.
you liked it?
Yeah.
Was there a Sopranos
I did.
movie?
There's a prequel
Oh,
called
I
The
saw
Saints
that.
of Newark.
That was good.
Many Saints of Newark. Yeah.
Did they get the baby?
Yeah.
Did they get the young kid to play Tony?
Yeah, they got Baby Soprano to play him,
That's wild.
and he looks just like him.
He was good. He was really good.
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
He was
very good.
I felt that. I had that same weird feeling watching him when I watched Licorice Pizza. Watching the
Oh,
Philip Seymour Hoffman's kid.
Hoffman's son.
yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
He
was
was
good.
very good. Very self-possessed. But he played a
Yeah.
self-possessed character. I don't know if he's like that.
Yeah, I
Did a
wondered
good
about
job
that. If that kid
acting
was kind of like that,
self-possessed.
because if he picked out the perfect kid to play that,
He was able to play it, so hey, there he
Yeah.
goes. That's a
Yeah.
fun movie. It's nothing
Yeah, that was a
special,
good
but
one.
it's a bunch of fun.
Yeah.
I had a better time in that
Jerry-
than I had in the last one.
Yeah, no, me too.
Uh,
You got something for me?
The last
Was
one
it
seemed
Philip
to be
Seymour
a little
Hoffman?
groping for what it wanted to be.
Yeah. Horatio's got something.
I was gonna say, I thought maybe your dresser was his wife, Philip Seymour Hoffman's wife. She was a dresser at SNL.
Oh, at SNL, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Uh
maybe.
huh. She was. I think she did Jimmy too. Yeah, she's very cute, small, very
People-
normal.
Dressers, You don't have that. I guess you have dressers on Broadway sometimes, but you don't really see that much. But dressers are people who work in the wardrobe department who put your clothes on. And they at SNL a lot of times when you're in between sketches, you don't have time to put your own clothes on. You're in the hallway, or in the back of the studio, just standing there while somebody just puts your wardrobe on and puts your makeup on, and and then you have to go
Especially
right back
you got a
into
quick
it.
change, huh?
If you have a quick change, yeah. People think that you have like your clothes on under other clothes. It's like, no. Somebody takes all that shit off and puts it on you.
Yeah.
I like when they got a breakaway. Sometimes there is clothes under the clothes. Sometimes the host will come out and you can see the breakaway just a little
Well,
bit that they're about to
that's if
tear the
that's
tuxedo
if they're
off.
gonna do a breakaway in the scene.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're going into a scene now, they just like take your like you're literally like in your underwear, like wear clean
In the
underwear.
hallway.
If you're working on the show, yeah, you're literally like naked, like them putting clothes on you and taking them off, and you don't look. I'm just like, oh, this is what I look like. Like they'll fuck up too. Like the one time they put my mustache on wrong. Or my wig was like down here. I got out. And I was like, what the fuck?
They call it Farley rule. Farley rule was you had to wear underwear. Like before our time, I guess Farley would just show up naked. And it's like, nah, man, you gotta have underwear on.
Sometimes your underwear becomes so soiled that you just abandon it. And
That's
you go
crazy.
command
He
the
was
I
naked
fleet
because
guess.
the next day.
the audience can kind of sometimes they can see you.
What do you mean?
Yeah, his ass hung out in the scene. He's had his ass hang out in a few scenes.
Yeah. Yeah. He wasn't shy.
No.
Did you guys worry about, oh shoot, my next sketch? Or did you just trust the process? Once the show was up, you just knew the minute you got off stage, somebody would rip your clothes off? Or did you guys feel like you had to watch the
Yeah.
running order?
I remember not even knowing that was gonna happen. For me, I remember being like, oh shit, somebody's pulling my shit off. Like that's how the way it was. Yeah, I didn't even know that they did that.
Right, because when you
Yeah,
run your
and
own show, when you run your own sketch show, you got to be really conscientious. You got to like be there for a lot of cues.
Yeah.
But then SNL, they're like, no, don't worry about any of that. Like, not even your
Somebody's there
lines.
to your cue. Yeah, somebody's there to tell you to go on. Yep. Like a weekend update, they push you out there. They push you on a rolling chair.
Yeah. Does someone follow you the night of the show? Is someone like your PA?
The people that are dressing with you, but usually like the stage hands. The stage people are the ones that are telling you what to do.
Okay.
But yeah, there's PAs like telling you where to go. And then sometimes they don't. Like Horatio missed the scene one time, and it's because nobody told him where to go, so he missed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, I remember Raj missing a scene because he didn't make it to the floor. Maybe he missed more than one.
Yeah, he didn't make it down the
yeah.
floor. Yeah, it was because nobody was there to tell him to stay down there. Because I was
He
up.
said,
We were
"I'm gonna
both.
fuck off."
We were both up on 17, and it was a scene that it got added back into the show because the show was going short, which never happens that the show goes short.
Oh.
So the show was going short, and I was kind of thinking I was up on 17 too, and I was like, that's weird. They got a lot of time left, and I think we only got one sketch. I wonder what they're gonna do. And I just sauntered. I just happened to saunter down to the stage, down to 8. That's a long way away. And when I was walking down there, somebody grabbed me and said, "Get on stage now." What's that?
Where the live show was happening. That's where you decided to saunter.
Decided to go back, yeah. Well, I was gonna go back up like it was my shit was over. I wasn't doing anything, so I was gonna go back where everybody was gonna be at. Get a jump on the party.
Did they at least tell you what sketch you were being pushed into?
No.
So you just went out and looked for your name
Saw
on
my
the
name
cards?
saw my name on the cue card. And I got there right in time to say my line.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember
That's
that
wild.
sketch. It was something about alcoholic beverages or something. There was a different something attached to each cast member, and you didn't see Raj. You just saw an image, and the caption said "bucket of Everclear."
Yeah, I think it was like, yeah, it was supposed to
That
be.
was the joke.
It did.
I think
They
it was a
cut to
joke
where he
were
was supposed to be, and he wasn't there.
say. Yes, they gave it a graphic.
Yeah.
They just called it the Horatio Sands bucket of Everclear.
He
in
was
his
supposed to
stead.
say something. I think it was a joke. Yeah, I forgot what he
That.
said, but yeah. Oh, bucket of Everclear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was the joke. Yeah, they just transposed the joke.
Yeah.
All right, I have to jump off, fellas.
Thanks for coming, man. I'm sorry it was so boring, but
I
you know,
gotta
maybe
jump
next time I'll.
too. I gotta jump too. I gotta go pick up Milo.
I like hanging out.
He's work. Yeah, it was
I
good
enjoyed
seeing
it.
you, Walsh. Please come back.
Yeah, man.
I will. I'll drop
Always
in.
here.
Text me again, Jerry.
Okay, I will. We're
Or
always
just
here on
remind
Thursday.
me when you're up. Okay.
And I will. And Delaney, what do you got going on? You got something to plug?
32nd anniversary today.
Oh, congratulations! 32.
I got no plugs. I guess I could plug the SCTV podcast, but we've been on ice now for over a year, maybe two, possibly. It'll come back. I got to fix it. They started taking a couple episodes down for various reasons. Probably me lifting music that doesn't belong to me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Lifted lots of music. And I think the clip at the Tonight Show put him over the top when I had Arthur Meyer on. I couldn't resist playing Jimmy Fallon singing the theme of Reading Rainbow as Jim Morrison. It's the Reading Rainbow, but as if it was the end by the Doors.
That's right.
Reading Rainbow, it was so funny. I couldn't resist putting it on because Arthur was he'd written for the Tonight Show for quite a while.
And that
Did a
song
lot
is
of
probably I don't know, yeah.
It's YouTube it. It's a great bit. So yeah, I got the anniversary tonight, but it's a 32nd anniversary. So the thing that's going to make it special is that Milo is going to come with us.
Nice.
And so I got to like put on socks and stuff.
I know.
So that's it.
I don't do that anymore.
32. Yeah. That's the
Getting
same.
dressed
Isn't
up.
that OJ's number?
That was OJ's number, but a lot of other people too. Was it Franco Harris? Was he 32 too?
Oh, that's before my time, but I don't keep up with the football players anywho.
That was a long time.
So yeah, that's my evening. Yeah, we're gonna go out to dinner. So yeah, and
Well,
he froze
congratulations.
and that's it. Maybe we'll see you next week. Thanks,
You will.
Jerry.
Congratulations, man. Have a good time.
Let's do it.
I'll see you
Thanks,
soon.
everybody. Peace.
Peace, everybody.
All right.
And then there was one. Good to see you folks again. It's good to be back here again. I was gone for 1 week, but now we're back, and I think we should be here for every week and getting some good interviews. I promise you more interviews. I'm not going to do that today, but I do have some coming. So we're back into the thick of it. Should be a good summer. Should get some good people on. I hope to see everybody soon. And bye-bye. Do I got that countdown? Yeah.